record. And now I'm going to go back and we're going to share the program again. And I'm going to do a little intro into tonight's Jeopardy game, okay? And as I mentioned earlier, we are saluting the biggest engineering feat that NASA and their contractors have put together, and we've talked about this before, the James Webb Telescope, which is scheduled to release its first pictures, research pictures on July the 12th. So that's less than a month away. And just to give you some background, this is where the James Webb Telescope, actually this is how it got from Earth to its L2 position, which I will show you on another map here. These are the steps that it took to, as it went out into space, out past the moon, and find its home. All these deployments had to happen, and it was quite nervous wreck for NASA people to make sure that everything was going to go right for this $10 billion project. Heaven forbid they didn't want anything to go wrong. So everything went perfectly right, and James Webb unfolded itself and deployed things just like it was supposed to. So this is where the James Webb Telescope is today. It's called the L2. It's a point between Sun and Earth that it actually is balanced as far as gravity. It is in an orbit around the Sun, similar as we are, but it's out past the moon, and it's ready to find a lot of unexpected things, in my opinion. So what's so critical about the James Webb Telescope that you might find of interest here is that, of course, anything that's designed to be in space or even to fly and land on the moon or Mars has to be right with its climate. So here, the elements that were manufactured for James Webb had to tolerate some heat and tolerate the cold. Like points A and B, for example, on the sunlit side of the telescope, it is 120 degrees Fahrenheit at A, 57 at B, but on the dark end, the dark side of the telescope, it's minus 384 and minus 393 degrees Fahrenheit. Vast difference in rate of temperature there that needs to be engineered out. We had shown you this picture earlier. This is one of their pictures that was taken as a tune-up. The Spitzer telescope image on the left of a star field and some nebulosity, and on the right, of course, is the Webb telescope using the one telescope and the filters. You can obviously see the big difference in quality of the picture that's happening. By the way, the Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland, does operate the Webb telescope at this point. Okay, it's also in with the European Space Agency and the Canadian Space Agency. So here's some comparisons between our famous Hubble telescope that was launched in 1990 compared to the James Webb 2021, as you might remember, Christmas morning. And the James Webb telescope expected to live and operate for 10 years, whereas the Hubble was 31 years, and the mirror size 6.5 meters for the James Webb versus 2.4 meters on the Hubble. Certainly the Hubble is twice as heavy as the James Webb telescope is, and you can see the operating temperatures difference there. Minus 230 for James Webb, telescope centigrade and 20 degrees centigrade for the Hubble. So there's no doubt that the James Webb Telescope is going to basically rewrite the science books, particularly when it's dealing with exoplanets and things outside of our galaxy and maybe inside of our galaxy. So who owns the Webb Telescope? It's the really Northrop Grumman was the company that built the telescope. But as I said earlier, the European Space Agency and the Canadian Space Agency, along with NASA, have all pulled this together. The Space Telescope Science Institute in Baltimore actually will operate Webb when it starts to do its serious work, which is now. So size-wise, the Hubble telescope about the size of a school bus. James Webb is more like the size of a tennis court. Again, we're able to build more sophisticated equipment, smaller. Now, about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe, the James Webb Telescope mirror was hit by a small meteor, and there is a nick in the mirror. But according to NASA, that nick is not going to impede gathering of the data. It may impede a little bit on the quality of a picture, but they say as far as data gathering, it's all good to go. While I'm doing this, here's a couple of other missions that are active that are really cool. Perseverance on Mars. Of course, Brittany follows this pretty close, and she actually was going to give us an update tonight, sort of thing. Perseverance with its helicopter friend. So some facts and figures about Perseverance going on here, and the helicopter. This is actually the first mission to ever land on a planet, or actually another body in our solar system, that had a helicopter with it. So it broke history with that. It has collected samples out of the soil. In fact, it has drill cored into the surface of Mars. It has put these samples in containers into a special compartment. And sometime by the end of this decade, according to what I read, NASA is going to send a mission to Mars, unmanned mission to Mars, that will be purposely to pick these samples up and bring them back to Earth. That's pretty incredible when you think about it. And let the geologists analyze the samples. Where Perseverance is, they have now verified that this was an ancient lake fed steadily by a 120-mile-long river about 3.7 billion years ago. So the crater also has a triangular-shaped delta where the river fed into the lake, again in the distant past. So we're slowly learning things from Perseverance. Another thing that happened with Perseverance is that an area that they thought had sedimentary rocks, based on all the other research that's been done, they now know this is actually volcanic lava. That was a big surprise. So with the rover, they scraped the surface of the rocks and found out that nope, they're not sedimentary rocks. It's a coarse-grained igneous rock. So that is something very new too. And as I said, they found a variety of salts in the rock. Carbon-containing organic chemicals have been discovered since Perseverance landed on Mars. Just because they found the carbon-containing organic chemicals does not mean that there is life. Okay, the molecules, as it says, containing the carbon have been found on both the interior of abraded rocks and in the dust. So that's a close-up of the sample and different colors here, the organics 1, 2, and 3 showing up. Again, that does not guarantee any life form on Mars. Moving on to the moon, China has been very involved in the Chang'e 4 mission was the first one, and they have landed this mission on the back side of the moon. First time ever that anybody ever landed on the back side of the moon, of course unmanned. And here's where they are. They're in the southern hemisphere of the back side of the moon, which is more cratered than the near side. And again, there's lots of information coming out of this that all the countries are watching, because again, first unmanned mission landing on the back side, which has a totally different look than the near side. It does have a rover, U2, and it's been roving and collecting samples and analyzing them actually at that point. And the other mission that landed on the moon, the Chang'e 5, returned moon samples back to Earth in 2020, and they are being analyzed by the Chinese scientists. So again, that's a big accomplishment that happened basically about 2 years ago. And you see that the Chang'e 5 is now on an extended mission to test the technology at a location where Earth and the sun's gravity balance in a way that spacecraft can remain stable for long periods of time. So China is doing a lot of stuff. So that's kind of a rundown. That's kind of a rundown of some of the important missions going on besides our unmanned mission to the that's surveying the sun, sort of thing. So, hey, Dirtman, I think you got yours. Are you still sharing the screen?
I never was, Jerry.
Oh, I got your report on here on the screen.
That's not me, man. I never had shared screen. Yeah, I'm on my cell phone today. I'm not even on my laptop, so I'm like as basic as you can be right now. So, yeah, it can't be me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that. All right, we'll try it. Hey, my joke for today. I went to Walmart last week and bought a bag of bird seed, and when I was checking out at Walmart after the clerk scanned my bird seed bag, I asked her, "How long is it after I plant these seeds that birds start to develop?" She didn't have an answer for me. So anyway, all right, we're gonna call on our buddy Joseph Marchesini, and he's going to do the Jeopardy astronomy game in your email Sunday night with the link to the Zoom room. We attached a called the cheat sheet if you want to use that or not. So I'm going to turn it over to Joseph and see if he can share the screen.
Thank you, Jerry. Let me see if I can get this up and running and share screen.
Yeah.
This is a kind of a Jeopardy tribute towards the astronomy for this Webb telescope. And this is what I've been put together. I use this Jeopardy for all kinds of different tools, and So when Jerry was putting together something for the Webb telescope, I put said, hey, I got this astronomy thing, if you'd like to do that. And Jerry thought it might be a good idea.
Yep.
So there's this, I guess I have to escape out of here for a second. Figure out how to do chat. Since we have to answer in chat, I have to figure out how to put a chat screen up. Where's my chat screen? All right, not there. Give me a second here. What's going on?
You want me to do that or what? Or
What's that? I can't. There it is. Okay, chat. Okay. There we go. All right. Stop. All right. So is everybody seeing the Jeopardy screen, or are you seeing my whole screen?
Jeopardy screen.
Just Jeopardy?
Yes,
Okay.
looks good.
Okay, so this is really a very simple. I didn't put anything. There's no tricky questions. The only thing is you might need a simple calculator for the final Jeopardy if you choose to participate in final Jeopardy. But these questions are all pretty much stuff that I like to say that we forgot that we knew. So that's kind of the theme of what I put together, is sort of like stuff that we forgot that we knew about astronomy. So with that being said, I guess when you know the answer, just send it down in the chat or send it to a chat instead of yelling it out, because I can't keep track of yelling out. And at the end, I guess we'll figure out what the prize is. I haven't figured that out yet.
You want me to record answer? I mean, you want me to record who gets what answer?
Oh, that'd be great, Jerry, to have if anybody, yeah, Jerry, record the answers. It'd be easier to keep track of who won. See that? There I go again. This thing's very finicky, and I hit the wrong button and it goes all over the place. So I'll tell you what, I'll start with the first question, and then whoever guesses it right first time, the first one to guess it right, then you choose. So you'll have to unmute yourself and choose your answer. So you'll probably have to unmute yourself once you get the question right. So I'll just start with the categories are origin of a modern astronomy, touring the solar system, light astronomy and observations of the sun, beyond the solar system, and a little bit of extra, which is a potpourri, a little bit of everything. Might be a true false in there, a little bit of everything. And this will take probably about 25 minutes.
You want them to type the answer in the chat room so I can see it?
Yes, type the answer in the chat room, and the first person to get the correct question gets the credit for it. Yes. Okay, so I'll start us off with origin of modern astronomy for 100. Okay, here we go. Sunspots, phases of Venus, Jupiter's moons, moon irregularities are some of the discoveries of this person. And Deborah got it right.
Yep. Okay.
All right, Deborah. So going back, you get to pick the next one. You'll have to unmute yourself.
Okay, I'll take beyond the solar system for 200.
Beyond the solar system, 200. This is the name of our galaxy. And it looks, looks like Larry got it. Larry got it.
Yep.
Okay, Larry, you'll have to unmute yourself. And you get to pick. Larry, you'll have to unmute yourself and pick.
Sorry, I thought it was. Touring the solar system for 200.
Touring solar system, 200. This is what an astronomer studies. Looks like Larry might have gotten what we were kind of looking for there: stars, galaxies, universe, planets. Everybody's right, really. Black holes, black holes and pulsars. So that's kind of a loaded question, but I got to go with want to go with universe, that being the correct one. So Larry would get that also. Larry, you want to go again? Larry, would you like to go again?
Yeah, I didn't hear you're not hearing me for some reason. Okay. The third category there, light, astronomy, observations on for 200.
It is a large, dirty snowball. Tony, looks like Tony got it. Okay, Tony, you'll have to unmute yourself and pick a category.
Origin of modern astronomy for 200.
This is the scientist who determined the nature of the forces that keep planets in orbit. D guys got it. You'll have to unmute yourself to pick your category.
That was Diana, right?
Yes. Diana, guys. Oh, geez, gotta watch myself. Okay, go ahead, Diana.
Okay, we'll do touring the solar system for 300, please.
There used to be 9, now there are only 8. Diana. You get to go again, Diana.
Touring the solar system for 400.
This is the farthest planet from the sun. Diana. You go again, Diana.
Okay, how about touring the solar system for 500?
These are large lava-filled impact craters on the moon. Diana, didn't spell it right, but I can understand what you were saying. You get to go again, Diana.
Okay, let's do beyond the solar system for 300.
Our sun belongs to this class of stars. I haven't seen what we're looking for yet. No. I should be a little more clear in accordance with the Hertzberg-Russell diagram. What class of star? Mike, okay, Mike,
Go ahead with Origins of Astronomy for 300, please.
was convicted of heresy. Melanie? Melanie, you'll have to unmute yourself. I think Copernicus was
I
too.
got it. I'm sorry. It wouldn't let me out. I would like to see touring the solar system for 100.
This is a 5-letter word, adjective, referring to the moon.
Got it, honey? What is it? 5-letter word referring to the moon.
Larry,
Oh, I gotta mute myself again.
okay, Larry,
Okay, let's try the middle category again for 300.
which category?
The lightest astronomical observer, that one, yeah.
This is the largest planet in the solar system, our solar system. I can't see who got that first. It's happening. So I think Larry got that first. Oops. All right.
What was that
So
one?
Larry got that first, I believe.
Yep, okay.
Let's try the same category for 400.
This person began the study of spectroscopy. Deborah. Go ahead, Deborah. Deborah, it's your pick. I can't hear you. I still can't
Oh.
hear you.
Okay, how about now?
Okay, there you go.
You should be able to unmute by pressing the space bar, but it did not work. Beyond the solar system for 100, please.
This is the measure of a star's brightness. Vicky. Okay, Vicky, you'll have to unmute yourself, not using the space bar.
Okay, origin for 400. The first column.
Formulated the law of universal gravitation. Larry. Okay, Larry, your pick.
I keep coming back to that middle category, light astronomical observes for 500.
Of the Roy G. Biv colors, this color has the longest wavelength. Larry. Right on top of that. Okay, Larry.
Let's try beyond the solar system 400.
The most dense stars known to exist. I haven't seen it yet.
Hmm.
It's kind of controversial if this is a star or not, but I put it in there. Deborah,
Okay, I'm ready.
okay, Deb,
Um, the late astronomy one for 100.
light astronomy 100. These 4 planets have rings. So we have 4 answers here we need to see. Yep, Larry got it. Larry,
Beyond the solar system, 500.
this is the most cataclysmic event known to occur in nature. Larry. Go ahead, Larry.
Well, let's move over to extra. How about extra for 200?
It is possible that an impact from this could be the origin of life on Earth. It looks like Melanie. Oh, wait, Larry. I'm sorry, Larry got it. Okay. Larry? Because
Extra.
not correct.
All right, extra 300.
Extra 300. This is NASA's first space program. Deborah.
I was
Go ahead,
using my
Deborah.
cheat sheet. I'm sorry, I just messed the whole thing up.
Okay, there's,
I lost my chat place altogether.
oh,
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. How about
okay.
Melanie? You can choose. Mine is gone. Oh, okay. I'm back. Yay. All right. The extra for 400, please.
The Webb telescope full color picture release date. Deborah. That actually wasn't on the cheat sheet, but Brittany talked about it last week. Okay, Deborah.
The extra one for 100.
True or false? The amount of energy released during a nuclear explosion was established by Sir Isaac Newton. Okay, who got that? That was not that difficult. That's Diane. Diane got that. Oops. Okay, Diane, there's 2 categories left. First one and the 5th one.
Okay, extra for $500, 500, please. Dollars.
The Milky Way is this type of galaxy. Larry. Okay, Larry, there's 1 category left, origin of modern astronomy for 500, so I'll pick that. He was the first to use the telescope in astronomy. Melanie. Okay, well, we're on the Final Jeopardy now, and Final Jeopardy is always tricky because there's no way the only way for you to get the answer correct without sharing it with anybody is to send it only to me in your chat message and not to everybody. So the category is planetary periods. Going into Final Jeopardy, Jerry, what do you have for score?
We have Larry leading at 3,000. Second is Deborah at 1,600. Diana at 1,500. Melanie at 800. Mike at 3. Tony at 2. And Vicky at 100.
Okay, did Diana have a score?
Yeah, 1,500.
1,500, okay. All right, so I guess place your bets. I don't know how to
Send them to Joseph.
oh, I see. Okay, here we are. Okay. All right.
You want me to sing the Jeopardy song?
Oh, I have the modified Jeopardy tune, but you can sing if you like, Jerry. Vicky, did Vicky I didn't get a response from Vicky. That's all.
She has 100 points or $100.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that okay. All right, so there's a little bit of extra time given for planetary periods. You may need a calculator, so here we go. I got last minute here. I got Vicky's wager. Okay, so here we go. You have a minute to get this correct, and when the tune runs out, I think you'll hear the tune. If you don't hear the tune, it's a modified Jeopardy tune. So here is the answer. Now, here we go. If a planet exists at 9.539 astronomical units, the period of revolution must be this many Earth years. Okay, go. Okay. Time's up. Can't stop that music. There we go. All right. The answer is 29.46. It's the calculation that was on the cheat sheet. Mike got close with 26. You probably needed a calculator for that, though. So, looks like nobody got the final Jeopardy. And long story short, it looks like Larry wins with 1,500. Second place is Deb, and third place is Melanie. That's it for Final Jeopardy. I'm gonna send it back to you now, Jerry.
Nobody got any points in the last one, right, then?
What's that?
Nobody got any additional points in the final Jeopardy.
And nobody got the Final Jeopardy right. It was tricky, and the timing music stopped halfway through. Did you hear the timing music or not? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was there.
So
Larry ended up with 3,000. Deborah had 1,600. Diana had 1,500.
well, after the scores, Diana bet all of it. Tony bet all. Larry only bet 1,500, so he walked away with 1,500.
Okay.
Deborah bet 400, so she walked away with 1,200. That puts her in second place.
Okay.
Melanie didn't bet anything. She walks away with 800. Mike bet it all, and Vicky bet it all.
Okay.
So first, second, and third is Larry, Deborah, and Melanie.
All right. That sounds
Tricky
good.
Final Jeopardy question. That's sometimes that happens.
Right. No, that's everybody give Joseph a hand for putting that together. I gotta buy those from you so I can use them in my college class.
Thank you. Thanks. Got to use that for something, huh?
Yeah.
I don't get to use that for much anymore because the COVID thing really knocked a doozy on the lecture series, and I don't think I'll be doing that anymore. So using it for other things now.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know how I got second because I certainly don't know second much.
Well, you did pretty well before the final Jeopardy, right? 800 points you had before final Jeopardy.
That was Melanie.
Oh, no, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Deborah had
you had 1,600. You're going into final Jeopardy.
tricky. Okay.
All right, Joseph. Well, thank you very much for doing that, putting it together, and operating it tonight, sort of thing. I'm just trying to remember, as I said, if you joined us late, Greenwood Furnace is off for this week until hopefully in the fall. And I'm just trying to think of any announcements that we need to do. I will send out a notice about the July 9th fossil collecting at New Ringgold up in Schuylkill County. It's about 20 minutes above the Cabela's store. If anybody's ever been to the Cabela's store or at Hamburg on 78. If you go that far, you need to stop in Port Clinton at the Peanut Shop.
Okay.
The Peanut Shop is an old time candy store. Anything you remember as a kid as a candy, you're gonna find it there. I guarantee you. So you might have to stop going up because you're gonna eat all that stuff you bought up there at New Ringgold and come back home. You have to stop to bring it back home. So anyway,
I wanted to say one thing. I sent an email to Lear Architecture last time, and they sent the most charming response back. They were really pleased to hear from us, hear from the group. So if you have a second, send them an email.
yeah, I did see that. Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. They were so funny with my. I zoomed with them when my wife retired from ministry Memorial Day Sunday, and they did a real cool Zoom to Luann. Paul there is at, is he's a big race car guy too, like I am. And they immediately said, "Hey, Luann, now with you retired, you can go to the races with Jerry." And that went over about like throwing a 2-ton rock over the road, But anyway, yeah, they're very supportive of the of this program and all that. We had a great time. We were at Cador State Park Friday night and Saturday for the Experience Cadorus Outdoors. It replaced their big festival that has been shut down since COVID, and it was fun. We actually did bring a truckload of rocks from New Ringgold down to Cadorus, courtesy of the state parks. We had a lot of kids breaking rocks open all weekend, and they all found something. And the best part about it, I didn't have to clean up the rocks. The state park took care of it and filled in a little ravine that they had. So I won't tell you where that ravine is in case you want to go digging up more rocks to see if there's any fossils left. So anyway, thanks for being here tonight, and we're going to let you run and enjoy the sunset, getting ready to happen outdoors. Hey, don't forget to get up in the morning when it's clear. Look in the east. Okay, and this is going to last actually for another 2 weeks, really, with Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn visible by the eye, all in a line. The moon is now involved in that. I think on the 24th, the moon is just to the right of Venus, very slender. If you have a pair of binoculars and if you know where to look, in fact, on the 24th, just to the left of the moon is Uranus, and back out, I think to the left of Saturn is Neptune, and including that you can also see our Earth. You can see all 8 planets right there. Okay, so that's really cool. So it will go into early July. I was reading my July Astronomy magazine. I think Mercury's going to go out of the morning sky pretty early in July. So you'll have Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune still there, kind of in a line. So anyway, check that out, and you have to have a good horizon to the east, so enjoy that view. So until we see you next time, everybody have a great next 2 weeks, and we'll see you back on July the 5th. See you, everybody.